3 artists with 15 years of experience are closing ZBrush right now, shutting down their ArtStation pages and walking away. Some are going into carpentry, some are laying tile, someone going anywhere, as long as it's far away from the industry. And no, it's not because AI got them fired, like you might think. Many of them are strong, expensive specialists that studios were fighting over just yesterday. They are living on their own, and they are living because the profession they loved for 20 years just stopped existing. What's left is a different profession. The same name, 3D artist, but completely different inside. I sell clothing assets on the Fab marketplace. My income there is over $10,000 a month with full control of my time. No boss, no studio, no deadline, no stress. And at the end of this video, I'll explain why this exact model, selling UE assets, turned out to be the one level AI can't reach. So we are gonna break down why AI isn't killing the 3D artist profession, but doing something far more interesting. It's completely rewriting it. But let me start with the bad news. We start with a real person. There's a concept artist named Reed Southern, not some random guy from Reddit. His portfolio includes The Hunger Games, Matrix Resurrections, projects for Marvel and DC, top of the industry. Well, he publicly shared that his income dropped by nearly half in a couple of years because of generative AI, or disappeared completely. A man who painted worlds for Matrix now spends half his time not on art, but on fighting for artists' rights. And now the numbers, because one story isn't statistics. According to the GGC survey, that's the biggest conference in the games industry. 1 in 10 game developers lost their job in the past year. And you know which roles got cut the hardest? Not finance, not managers, artists, designers, and narrative people. In total, since 2022, the games industry has lost around 45,000 jobs. And here's a survey of entertainment studio executives. About 3/4 admitted that after adopting AI, they cut or merged roles. 3/4 people, immutable, a game unicorn valued in the billions, cut 1/3 of its staff and openly stated the bulk of their in-game art is now made by AI. It used to cost them more than $1 million a year. Let me be straight with you. I'm not gonna tell you that AI is the main reason for all these layoffs. It's a mix of everything. The post-COVID market contraction, bloated headcounts, bad management decisions. AI is not the main villain of this story, but it is the main factor that changing the profession itself from the inside. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Notice one detail. The artists who are leaving aren't complaining that the work got harder. Just the opposite. They are complaining that the joy is gone. A 3D artist used to be like a composer. You'd pour a coffee, put on your headphones, and dive into the model. Hour after hour pulling polygons, working the sculpt, dialing in materials. Your brain lived inside the form. That's exactly we loved. And now, you write a prompt, you get a mesh. Another prompt, you get a texture. A 2D concept that used to take a week to paint gets generated in 5 seconds. And you know, for a lot of people, something breaks inside at that moment. If a machine can do this, then what am I for? But stop. Let's pause right here. Because that's the wrong question. The right question is, what exactly can the machine do? And what can't it? This is where it gets really interesting, especially if you work with Unreal Engine and game dev. All these text to 3D generators, I test them constantly. And yes, they are impressive. 1 minute in and you've got a beautiful model. Now, try putting it into a real project. The topology is a triangle soup you can't properly edit or animate. And here's the retopology result from the premier tier of one of these AI services. It's a pretty screenshot, not a model. And on top of that, AI gives you a one-shot result and can't do revisions. Man, that's the real problem right there. Whatever AI gives you, that's what you get. Honestly, I tried really hard to generate something worthwhile. Then I tried to edit it and fix the problem areas. And at some point, I caught myself thinking, damn, it's easier to make this from scratch, where I have full control over every step of the process. The client, a studio, an indie developer, a producer, doesn't need a mesh. They need a finished product. Clothing that fits the character and deforms correctly in animation, a character that snaps onto the epic skeleton or metahuman skeleton without a song and dance. Between AI-generated model and a product people pay money for, there is a massive gap. A precise concept, a detailed clean sculpt, retopology, UVs, materials, rig skinning, optimization, engine setup, and that part AI doesn't do. Not at all! And even when it learns to do parts of it, someone has to conduct all of this. Take personal responsibility for the result. You see, someone has to manage the AI. And most importantly, answer for the result. Personally, I want a real human answering for the result, not an AI. A real human I can hold accountable. An AI, there is nothing I can say to it. The buyer isn't paying for AI. The buyer is paying for the result. If you agree, hit the like button. And here, I want you to understand the main thing. What's happening is not another handy tool showed up, like a lot of people say. This is a tectonic shift of the entire profession. And the best analogy is the arrival of the automobile. Picture a coachman. He loves his horse. He knows its temperament. He grooms it, feeds it, harnesses it, and he rides on it. Listens to the clip-clop of hooves, watches the scenery. It's a whole craft. And there's romance in it. That's our classic 3D artists. The ones who came into the profession because they love the process itself. Pulling every polygon by hand, polishing the mesh, spending hours in the sculpt. And then automobiles shows up. People tell the coachman, "Why are you suffering? Get behind the wheel. It's way faster." But he doesn't want to. And he says, "I don't like this hunk of metal that stinks of gasoline. I love my horse. That stinks of manure." And you know what? That's okay. These people, the polygon coachmen, are honestly living the profession. Not because they're bad, but because the craft they loved is under threat. And we should respect that choice. Not point fingers, "I couldn't handle it." Because a taxi driver is a completely different profession. Similar name, similar purpose, but a completely different experience. A taxi driver doesn't admire the road. He drives navigation, traffic, orders, speed, but he gets you there in 20 minutes, where the coachman would have taken half a day. The question, will AI replace me, is the wrong question. And the right question, who am I? The coachman or the taxi driver who loves hitting the gas? So, who survives in this new reality? Let me answer without the romance. It's not the one who pulls polygons the fastest. It's the one who understands the whole pipeline from start to finish and know how to plug AI into it as a tool without worshipping it and without fearing it. Look at the paradox. AI can take over this part of the work, make a concept and a rough base as a reference, but it has also skyrocketed the value of the hard part. Understanding how an asset lives inside Unreal Engine, how Control Rig works, IK Rig and the IK Retargeter, animation blueprints, how to set up chaos cloth, rigging and skinning for specific skeletons, metahuman or epic skeletons, many or queen, technical literacy, why this mesh will break in animation and that one won't. And trust me, a high quality mesh, clean UVs and proper materials are still required. No way around it. If I were a game developer, I would never trust AI with building my game. With all the complexity that development involves, real people are still needed. A 3D artist used to be a performer on a single instrument. Now he has to be a composer who hears the whole orchestra. Yes, the bar went up. Juniors who can only spin up a model from a tutorial are going to have a rough time. Their work really is the first thing AI eats. But for those who are skilled, who know their pipelines, AI is not a competitor. It's a free intern that works through the night and doesn't ask for a salary. It doesn't replace a good 3D artist. It makes him several times more effective. So now, If AI speeds up production, where does that speed go? You can sell it to your employer, do in a day what used to take a week for the same salary. Thanks! Great deal for the employer. Or you can turn that speed toward yourself. I have more than 700 assets in my store. Here is what I figured out over that time. Selling assets integrated into Unreal Engine, that's the level AI can't reach. Why? Because the marketplace buyer isn't buying a model. The buyer pays for a finished, tested, compatible asset. The clothing fits MetaHuman, it works. The character snaps onto the Epic skeleton, it works. A modular optimized environment for a game level, that also works. So, it's a product baked by a pipeline. And the second thing, you make an asset once and it sells for years, while you sleep, play football, or spend some time with your family. And you know, it's not easy money. It's a system you have to build correctly. What to make, how to package it, how to get found in search, how not to kill your account. But once the system is built, it works for you. And this is where AI turns from a threat into leverage. You know, the same asset pack that used to take a month, with AI properly built into your pipeline, gets done several times faster. More assets, bigger storefront, more sales. That's exactly why I put together a course on building passive income on 3D marketplaces. I'll teach you how to earn money from marketplaces. It's not a theory, I do this myself every day. Since we ended up with 3 meshes for our blocking, we need to split the reference mesh into 3 similar parts. And now we can focus on the belt. To make the belt movement look more organic and realistic, whether there's an armature modifier pointing to the skeleton, still partially based on the mannequin's proportion, where the constraint is still offset. Here's another one, and those over here. This is a full breakdown. Which assets sell, how the UE5 and MetaHuman pipeline works, how to package listings so people actually find them, and stop depending on a single employer or a client. Link in the description. If it fits you, take it. If not, that's okay. If you are a skilled 3D artist, wonder where to go in this new world, start there. Okay, so where have we landed? The 3D artist profession isn't dying, it's becoming something else. And this is probably the biggest change of our entire career. And there are 2 roads here, both honest. Write in the comments, who are you in this story? The coachman or the taxi driver? Subscribe. Love you all, see you in the next videos.